Hello guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about the supermarket price increases again whilst I cook a few meals in preparation for my week ahead. Now I know a few of you guys have mentioned that you prefer these cooking style vlogs. I'm going to try to film more of these for you guys. I normally film in bulk, so I film all of these cooking vlogs on the weekend and then I edit it and then I release bits and pieces out during the week for you guys. I've definitely noticed a few products already that have had a huge markup. I'm talking 40-50%, which I'm going to share with you guys soon, but I just want to quickly explain what I'm doing. So with a pack of potatoes, I got 2 kilos. I've just put some aside for my Japanese curry, which you guys will also see in this video. But first, I'm going to be making a shepherd's pie. Well, it's actually a cottage pie. I know Peck always reminds me. Thank you for letting me know, Peck. But I always seem to slip up for some reason and call it a shepherd's pie, even though shepherd's pie does require lamb mince instead of beef mince. But funny enough, the shepherd's pie mix, it says you can use beef or lamb mince, so that's probably why I always get confused. So I'm starting off by peeling these potatoes, and then I'm going to chop them up and chuck them in some salted boiling water. Then my partner's going to mash these whilst I make the meat mixture. So first things first, I wanted to mention I watched an interview on the news probably 2 months ago, and they were informing us that farmers were getting paid 50 cents a kilo for potatoes, and you and I both know that Coles and Woolies are charging $4 to $4.50 per kilo for potatoes. Sometimes you can get them on sale, like myself. I got a bag of 2 kilo potatoes for $5 in this video, which you guys would have seen in my grocery haul. But even then, if farmers are being charged 50 cents, why am I paying $5 for 2 kilos on sale, mind you, for potatoes? Another thing I wanted to mention is I used to buy lamb cutlets for $29 a kilo. I think Coles and Woolies were lowering the lamb cutlet price a little bit after the price gouging allegations. And you guys would have seen in my grocery haul, because at that time when they were $29 a kilo for lamb cutlets, I was purchasing them more often. You guys would have seen that in my grocery haul, as I mentioned. And that is no longer $29 a kilo. It is now $43 per kilo for lamb cutlets. That is a whopping 48% increase, if I've done my calculations correctly, within a span of, I would say, maybe 4 to 6 weeks, which is like absolutely shocking. Like, I would love to hear an explanation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not understanding something, but it's a little bit difficult for me to swallow a 48% increase within the span of 6 weeks. You know what the funny thing is, guys? When I'm filming these voiceovers, sometimes my partner's nearby and he's like laughing because he's saying to me, these supermarkets are never going to sponsor my YouTube channel because of what I'm telling you guys. But you know what? At the end of the day, if I can't be my authentic self, if the business doesn't want to sponsor me because I'm being genuine with my viewers, then you know what? I don't need that business contract. If a business is doing right by their consumers, I am more than happy to work alongside that business and promote whatever I need to promote regarding the contract. But I have to actually have values that align with that business as well, because I don't want to be working with a business that is ripping off thousands, millions of people. I've actually had a few businesses reach out to me, which I've declined. I'm not going to name and shame the exact business, but I'm going to give you guys an example. I had a vitamin business reach out to me. They wanted me to obviously promote their products to you guys. They were going to send me free stuff to try, but I'm just thinking, I personally would not spend $75 or whatever amount it was on that little jar of vitamins. So how can I sit there and promote that to my viewers? Like, morally, that does not feel right to me. If I'm ever sponsored by a business and I'm like contracted to promote a product, I'll explicitly tell you guys that it's a sponsorship or whatnot. Quick insert here, guys. I've just got some carrots I'm going to peel and then chop up. I'm going to mix this into my mince mixture. I've also got 2 onions that I'll be dicing up as well. Back on topic with the price increases, guys. Have you seen any products in store that have increased in price drastically? Any products that you guys use regularly? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. I would love to know how much it was before and what the new price is today. Another product that I've noticed has increased in price, I'm not sure if you guys consume this or not, but the little chipolatas. So it's like a little sausage, and I think the packet is either 450 or 550 grams. It comes in pork or beef. They're essentially little mini sausages. Now, at the time of the price gouging allegations, I believe both supermarkets, if not Coles only, decreased the price for that product. And today it's gone up from $4.50 to $6.60. So that's what, 47%, I think, for an increase. It just makes me wonder, what was the purpose of decreasing it and then increasing it like shortly after? Is it just to get like people off their backs, or do they genuinely care about their customers and think, hey, we can produce this at a cheaper cost and people are struggling to eat, so let's lower the price? But rather that, I feel like they just lower the price just to get off the hot stove, off the hot seat for a little bit. And then when people slowly forget about it, the prices slowly creep back up. There was also another interview that I watched. Don't quote me on this because I don't remember the source, but it was some type of news video on YouTube, how one of the supermarket giants had like locked in prices at a lower price, but they took it off the locked price earlier than the date that was on the ticket. And people didn't really realize. They would just pay the higher price, and then somebody probably made a complaint, and then that's when Coles had to rectify their issues, and they refunded everyone that paid the wrong price with a receipt. But think about all the other people who no longer have the receipt and didn't realize they were overpaying. Those excess fees would have just been pocketed as a profit for the company. The interviewer actually asked the CEO for figures in relation to how much money they couldn't refund, because obviously those customers didn't have receipts, but they wanted to know the overall figure, because at the end of the day, it was the supermarket giant's mistake to start off with. They increased the price too soon, and the CEO refused to answer because she thought it was inappropriate to ask that question. How funny is that? Quick insert, guys. I actually saute my carrots and onions in a bit of water. It's just a personal preference. You can use oil if you like. I lightly season it with salt, then add in the beef mince, cook that through. Beef mince is naturally quite fatty. That's why I don't use oil in this meal. And then I add in the seasoning mixed with some water, mix that through. Once it's cooked, I spoon the minced meat mixture on top of my mashed potatoes. This is probably one of my favorite meals to have in winter as well. The next meal is going to be my little Japanese curry, guys. I've got some potatoes, carrots, and onion. This is the golden curry mix I bought from my local Asian grocer because it's like way cheaper than Coles and Woolies, and I'm getting like a bigger packet. I'm pretty sure Coles and Woolies sells a packet like maybe half the size for the same price. I love this recipe because it's so easy. Put in some water, chuck in your potatoes, onions, carrots, chicken thighs, let that boil. I chop the chicken up into small chunks with some scissors. Once that's cooked through, I mix in the curry mixture. So this is what I do. I use a ladle and a teaspoon. Mix the little curry cubes in that and mix it through. Just bear in mind, if you want the curry to be a bit more thinner, then obviously add more water. If you want your curry to be thicker, add less water. I'm going to show you guys the consistency that I like, and I used one packet from that box. So I'll show you guys the end product soon. You can serve this curry with some toasted bread if you like, or serve it on top of rice, or even some noodles. Obviously, when I cook meals, nothing's authentic on my channel, guys. I just roll with it. Quick, easy meals that are delicious, and I try to make them as healthy as possible. So this is the consistency I go for. Next meal, I've got some chicken thighs that I'm cooking. No oil again because chicken thighs quite fatty. I've got some butter, Dijon mustard, honey, garlic, if I haven't mentioned that already. Frozen green peas, but you can toss in whatever veggies you have on hand. I basically mix the honey, Dijon mustard, and butter in a bowl, and that's my honey mustard sauce. I also add in a bit of salt actually. Once the chicken's cooked, I chop them up into chunks, add in the frozen green beans, add in the sauce, mix that through, and that's my super easy honey mustard chicken. Sometimes I add in other veggies as well, but today I was lazy, so I just tossed in the frozen green beans. And we generally serve this on top of rice. This pretty much wraps up my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching.